I'm heading down to the farm right now. I gotta take the batteries out of our John Deere 4230. Last time I went to go mow the fields in my previous video, if you go back and watch that, you'll know that, well, the batteries are dead. The temperature out is 22, if you can read that. But with the wind chill, the feel like is 7, or 5, I think it was. And so as you can obviously probably imagine, I'm not doing much outside besides going in the shed, removing those batteries, and then heading out to Valley Ag and Turf, where I'm gonna pick up the batteries. And maybe some oil, but I gotta check and see what we have in stock. Now, I don't know much when it comes to like electrical, mechanical work, all that kind of stuff. But for some reason, the John Deere has 2 batteries, and they're both 6 volt, which I guess is kind of odd. Usually it's a 12 volt. So there's one here, and yes, the tractor's old, so we gotta do some, you know, manipulating to the battery terminal, and there's one here. And so all I'm gonna do, lift them off and put them in the back of my truck. This one right here, which I'm sure I can get a new one, but it broke. And so then my dad put that C-clamp on there, which now holds it nice and tight against the terminal. Works just fine, never had an issue with it, but I guess if we started to fix some stuff, that should be one of them. So obviously, these have gotta come off. And then there's this metal bracket here that holds the battery in place so it's not rattling around everywhere. I guess I'll start on that. Probably would be easier if I would get a socket. Maybe that's what I'll do. Getting smarter every day. All right, so that's done. Now on to the other side. All right, so here they are out of the tractor. We get money back for returning these, so that's obviously what we're gonna do. Just clean them up a little bit. They've been in there since 2016, I think Dad was saying. So that is what, 4, 5, like 8, 9 years, something like that. So I got back from Land Pro. It used to be Valley Ag and Turf. Now it's Land Pro, which is the John Deere dealer. Got those batteries, put them in. Now it's ready to go, but it is like 14 degrees out right now. And so I gotta plug the tractor in, let that warm up for about an hour, hour and a half. And then I can hopefully head out to start mowing. So grab this, plug that, which is hard to do with one hand, into this plug right here. In the cooler, we still have, I don't know, probably a little bit less than 1.5 bins of cabbage. And yes, as you can see, it's got some yellowish on it and it doesn't look like the greatest, but literally all it takes is peeling off 1, 2, maybe 3 of those outside leaves and the cabbage is absolutely perfect. So we're gonna keep selling this probably for the next couple weeks yet until, you know, it gets to be too bad. But there's so much goodness yet that we hate to waste it. When it's this cold, we have a lot of stuff to worry about on the farm. That cabbage is one thing. Now it's in the cooler, so that really helps. But sometimes just turning the light on in that cooler will heat it up enough so that the cabbage won't freeze. Because if it freezes too many times, it's gonna rot. Same thing goes for in our barn. We used to have a lot of cows in there, especially when like way back when they were milking. And all that body heat from the cows would warm up the barn. And now there's no cows in the barn and we have water lines running through there. Most of them we've shut down now, but some are still running and we have to watch that they don't freeze. So we have heaters in certain places throughout the barn where we know it will or is most likely to freeze. And if it gets really cold and the whole line freezes, well then we'll bring a big space heater in and, you know, kind of warm up the entire barn just to get everything thawed out, because we really don't want to deal with any frozen, busted pipes. In what's called the milk house here, this used to be where the milk tanks were. We have this heater, which we basically let run all night long, and it's starting to fog up my camera because it's warm. But if you can read that, with 2 burners going, all night, it's like 33, 34 degrees, which is good. Above freezing, we're just fine because we have all of these water lines here and we don't want them to freeze up. We'll even actually crack this faucet a little bit there so that, and if you can see that again, so that, you know, the water keeps flowing and doesn't freeze up. So That's one way we keep everything in here from freezing. So then we'll come in here, feed the cats. We have 3 cats. That one's my favorite. He's like very fluffy. Over here is the chop cart where I will get the food for the cows. You can see it down in there. And then over here, we have another heater running so that none of these lines freeze up. And obviously, it's a barn. We have nice concrete where, you know, nothing's gonna catch on fire, but still we never wanna take that chance. So nothing that we use out in here obviously has like a wide open flame because that would be extremely dangerous. When we had cows, this is an area we always had to worry about freezing with these pipes here in the water bowls. So we put this heater in, which we don't usually run like at all anymore, to keep everything thawed out. All right, let's see if she starts. I'm not 100% sure it's gonna start. That's why I'm not even opening the doors because it's so cold. Wow, she started. Okay, so I got the Batwing hooked up. I'm on our road right now, heading out to the furthest field, which is the golf course. We have the pumpkins and the corn there. I'm only gonna mow the corn and not the pumpkins just because they're gonna be like solid ice balls and I don't wanna snap or break anything. And so after I get that field done, then I'll just move from field to field, working my way back home. Hopefully I can finish everything off the farm today, but we'll see what happens. Everything goes slow because it's cold. So I don't know exactly how long I've been out here, but this field is now done. Started off that little section over there, and then I did this one here. I have this pass and then one more to go. I'm not doing the pumpkin field, even though there is corn stalks out there that you can see, just because, like I said, they're frozen. And I don't want to be busting up ice chunks like the rocks. So I'm gonna let that go. Let the pumpkins, you know, rot down a little more, and then maybe we can come out here. Or maybe Dad'll say that doesn't need to be done at all. So either way, I'm not doing that right now. So I was coming out of the field, Sammy called me, said she brought lunch. So now I'm going in a nice warm, well, the tractor's pretty warm, it's got heat, but I'm going in an even warmer vehicle now to eat some food.
Hi dear.
Is this it right here? Or is that yours?
That's yours and mine.
Oh.
I made you a turkey and cheese sandwich. I made a ham and cheese sandwich. I made a salad that I've already started eating.
And French fries.
Crust to share and a side of fries.
Let's eat. All right, so Sammy made a really good lunch. Like, it came in styrofoam boxes, but she actually made it because her mom has a restaurant named Christie's Family Restaurant in Berwick, which is like 23 minutes from here. So she went down, made that, and then brought it back. I'm on my 4th field. I have one more to go. I have probably 5-6 more passes to go here, and then I can move on. The last one is only 1 acre though, so that's gonna be really easy. This is like a 3 or 4 acre field, something like that. So far, everything went really well. Really happy with how the day's going. Everything's chopping really nice. A little bit bumpier than normal just because everything's so frozen. It's like still 15-20 degrees outside with wind chill. I can't really believe it, but I got everything done. So that's really exciting. Well, everything done off the farm. So I think one more day, maybe. kind of like today, maybe I'll get everything done. But I did stuff on the farm all summer long, and I kept up with it pretty well, so we'll see. I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow, or it'll be a couple days from now, but it feels good to have that big portion done.